To do, first of all, number one, have a look who's on the call. And if you've got people who you've introduced to the Power Gifting and IRP Gifting and they're not on this call, get on your cell phone, get on WhatsApp, phone them now. This is a must attend. You want to be on this one, categorically. That's the first thing. The next thing is, please hold all questions until a little bit later. So if you do put them in the chat, we're not going to keep an eye on it for the moment. Let's go through the updates. Let's hear from Corinne what's happening on the updates. And then I'm going to be talking about cryptos, going to go through quite a few things. Then there'll be a chance. So let's just hear all the information, because you maybe find that your question is answered during this process. So hang there. I'm going to be coming back to you in a moment as more people are joining.
Thank you, Tim. It's really a privilege. I've been getting a lot of messages of people joining. I also received quite a bit about people who's got load shedding here in South Africa. So if you're one of them, you'll see I've posted in the chat the link to our YouTube group. And if you are not on our gifting Telegram channel yet, I urge you to join our channel, as most of our communication happens on that channel. I see there's still quite a bit of people hopping on.
Yeah, it does.
Joining, so.
Yeah. And Corinne, you've also created a YouTube channel as well, where all the recordings are going to be posted. And I think that's been put in the chat box by you. Correct. Yeah, the link there. So that's a brilliant way if you want to get access to all the previous recordings. Well, the recordings from yesterday upwards are on there, so you don't actually have to download it, which is often what happens on the Telegram. So there's a wonderful way for you to get the recordings. And once we've settled down, maybe next week or the week after, we'll have a chance to put all the training videos on there as well. But right now, I think the concentration is on the programming. So I'm just having a look, seeing more people coming in. That's fantastic, guys. So I've had the privilege of knowing Dr. Corinne for actually not that long. It's only probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, but it feels like a long time as we've gone through so many different things over the years. And Corinne is here to focus on the big things, the big issues, the programmers, and find out how can they make it quicker, faster, more efficient, more effective to help everybody. Plus, she goes out of her way to help individuals as well. So what I love everybody to remember and understand is that none of us on these calls are actually paid. We're here to support and serve you. This is where we believe we can give back to the community so greatly. So ask, what can you do to give back to the community of IRP Gifting as well? As Corinne is doing a huge amount in the back end, and probably only had an hour's sleep last night, working on a lot of things. So a little bit of patience is sometimes needed. I've been in the online platform arena for, full-time. It'll be 5 years next year, and have been part of the launch of multiple different platforms. And what I know is that they never start off 100% as you think they will do. This is normal in programming. If you haven't been around the launch of a new platform before, then you're going to think, well, why isn't it not just operating 100%? Well, they don't. So what we're experiencing at the moment is absolutely normal, and a little bit of patience is needed. I could have projected what was going to happen over the last 3 days last week, but I'm not here for doom and gloom. What I'm here to tell you is that we've got a phenomenal team behind us supporting to get this live for the benefit of everybody. And here's the great thing, is you are not paying for any of it. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So it's people like we've got Dr. Francois, Dr. Stefan, Dr. Corinne, and they're all doctors in their own rights. So they're highly qualified and phenomenal people here to serve and really assist everybody to be able to benefit. So I've already seen messages from people sending and receiving gifts. So here's what we know. The system works. It works. What are we going to do in the next day or two and over the next week is we're going to learn how effectively it works. So what Corinne is going to be doing is taking us through the back office. She's going to show you how it works, going to show you things which are coming, what they're working on. And then I'm going to come and answer a lot of questions by going through some crypto training, because I understand that it's a huge block for people. And I've been in that environment for long enough to be able to coach and guide. So right now, Dr. Corinne, I'm going to hand over the microphone to you. I'm going to keep quiet and I'll keep letting people on as you take us through the platform. I'm really excited about this. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for all your attention that you're giving everybody.
Wow, thank you, Tim. What an introduction. As you all know, I'm Corinne. I'm a developer, programmer, designer, anything you can think of, jack of all trades. I need to explain quickly, just give you a little bit of insight, since some of you maybe don't know what happened yesterday. So just to put it into perspective, when you go onto an application like you did yesterday, there's 3 parts to that application. There's the front end, which you log into. Then there's the back end, which we as programmers and developers access. And then there's a third part, which is the database. Now, the database controls all the information. The database is what's making sure that you see what you're supposed to see. And what happened yesterday was our servers in America, they're roughly about 8 to 9 hours behind us. We were sending a truckload of information to that server. And the server was running, everything was fine. And then it was like a connection was disconnected and a glitch happened. And in that time, a lot of information was still pumping. And what happened was the server was trying to figure out what to do where. And within minutes, we picked it up. We put the system on maintenance, the front end, which you are accessing. And immediately we went to the back end, because we had to troubleshoot what was where, what was going on, where was the disconnect, what happened. And the long and the short of it was the server in America had a glitch and it clutched out. So the server is up and running. Everything's perfect. Now we are just trying to combine the data, which is captured in the database, with the server, so that when you log into your front end, when you log into your back office, you can see what you need to see. Now, I know there is some of you that said, I gifted, the information's disappeared. That data is in the database. We are just fixing it so that you can see it. So that's why it's taking a little bit of time, and we are working with 3 different teams. The team that put the front end together is different because they need a different skill set. The people working on the back end has got a different skill set, and the people working on the database is again a different skill set. So we're trying to bring the 3 teams together, trying to get everyone to speak the same language. And if you operate on very little sleep, then you can just imagine the interesting conversations. I am sitting with people which is 4.5 hours in front of me, 8 hours behind me, and 12 hours behind me, and 6 hours ahead of me. So I'm just trying to be the middleman that brings everything together. But I want to commend you, and I want to say thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there. I am excited. I have been speaking to the development team right through the night. They've been working non-stop. I was just in communication with them roughly about an hour before we went on this call. So they are working. Everything's running smoothly. We just want to double check on our part that when we go live, everything is sorted and everyone is happy, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. We know the platform's working. We just want everyone to be excited and stoked and to see where this is going. So on that note, I am going to hop on over to screen sharing so that I can take you through the back office. so that you can see what is happening on our back office and get excited. So this is the step-by-step guide that we've assembled. Thank you to our CEO, Mr. Jay Davis. He's put a lot of effort into this. We tested the system for more than a week, did everything, and then came launch. It happens. So the moment we've tested and made sure that everything is correct on our gifting Telegram group, Tim, if I can ask you to just post the invite link again. If you are not on our gifting Telegram channel, please join the channel, as all of our communication happens on that channel. The moment the site is ready and live, we will post it on the gifting platform. So please join our platform and make sure that you are up to date on the latest news. So if you see in the previous screen, there's a login and a register. So you can either log into your back office or register. When you register, your name, your email, your mobile, country, and password, these are all important, but I will show you what you will need to log in. So this is the process for the registration. You fill in all your details. Please make sure that your mobile number is on, as that will be the primary form of contact between you and the gift. If you're gifting someone, you will want to either send a WhatsApp or a Telegram. So please just make sure that your mobile number is up and correct. And your fallback will be your email. So please just make sure that your email is on and it is working. All right. So once you've registered, you'll receive an email with an IRP code and the default password, which is 123456. We have changed. I've spoken to the developers. When the site goes live and you log in, don't get a fright if you see underneath the ID it says, or username it says IRP dash or hyphen. That is in the code now. You'll just have to paste in your actual code, which is at the top. You can see 1669519 for argument's sake. Or the front part of the code will stay the same. It's the last 3 digits that will change. So the code will be 1669519, and then dependent on your code. So it can be either 180 or 310 or 510. Just make sure that you type that in. And if you log in for the first time, password 123456. Once logged in, you will.
Volume is down. I can't hear anything.
Sorry? Can you guys hear me?
Please can you keep yourselves muted? One Ismus Mponzo.
Okay. So your email will have your IRP code and your password. Please, it's imperative, it's very important that you keep your code written down, stored somewhere, because all of the communication, all of the tracking happens with your IRP code. Your name won't assist us that much, as we will need your ID, your IRP code, to confirm that we are talking to the right person. It's also important that I mention here, whenever you are chatting to support, use your IRP code. Please don't ask someone else to speak on your behalf, as that is a security breach. We need to protect everyone's information. So by law, we are not allowed to give people's information to other people. So if you've got a challenge, if you've got a question, please use your code, make contact with us. All right, so now you have registered, you've gone through the process, you've received your code, you've logged in. And this is where all the fun stuff happens. This is your back office. If you want to know anything about your account, go into your back office. So your dashboard has a live phase, a live level, and members. As you gift through or as you grow and move through the program, your phase and your level will update continuously. For now, you've logged in for the first time. On the right-hand side, there's a favicon or a little icon with a little person. If you click on that, your profile, change password, and log out appears. You need to change your password. If you leave your password on 123456, if people have your code, they can log into your account. So please change your password, update your profile. Once you've clicked on your profile, your details will pop up. We recommend you have at least 3 options available for people to pay in. If you as the gifter, if I'm to gift and I don't see any detail here, it's a bit of a challenge as it holds everyone up. So please check your back office, log in, make sure you've got at least 3 options in here for people to choose from to gift you. Once done, you can click at the bottom, update, and you'll see at the top underneath profile detail, you'll receive a green arrow and say profile updated successfully. So how do you send a gift? Well, you will need to log into your back office, and then on the left-hand side, I hear someone's mic is still open. If you can just, there we go, thank you. You will click on gift. You've logged in the previous menu. You'll see, I'll take you through it now. There will be a blue menu. You click on gift and the gift screen will appear in front of you. I've had various comments and questions. I just want to ask you to make sure that you keep a track record. Apart from the system keeping a backup, I need you to take note of the IRP code that you are gifting to. Please write down the IRP code that you are gifting to and then just gift. And then once you've done the gift, you can upload the image so that you can send it to the person that you've gifted to. Please make sure that you also keep a screenshot of your payment or your gift that you've sent. Payment's the wrong word. Of the gift that you've sent, so that you also have a track record of what is going where. Once done, you click on submit and there you go. You've sent your very first gift. Now that you have gifted for the first time, you will actually start receiving gifts. So how does that work? So you can see on this screen, there's a blue menu running from top to bottom on the left-hand side. So we've just looked at gift. Now we're going to look at what to do when we receive a gift. You need to click on list downline gifts. These are all the gifters that is giving to you. So this list will populate and it will grow. And as it grows, you will see here on number 4, there is a blue activate. And if you look at number 3, underneath status, there's a green activate. So the moment you've gifted, you send a WhatsApp or a Telegram with a screenshot and you say, hey, Karen, I've just gifted you. Can you please take your back office and just confirm? I log into my back office. I look underneath my list. I see, yes, Tim has gifted me. So I press on the activate. What will happen? Number 4, Tim, will move to status active. That means you, Tim, who've gifted me, is now in the system and you are ready to start receiving. This activates your profile and the system is up and running. You can see that there's quite a bit of information, so just double check it, and the moment you've activated, you are ready to go. So on the left hand side, we're just taking you through the steps. I'll make the presentation available after the call. Moving through the phases and levels. So in phase 1, we've got 4 levels. There's level 1, level 2. You can see live phase is still phase 1, but level 2 live level has changed to level 2. So the system is tracking you. The system is saying to you, well done. You've received gifts. Your first level is completed. You are now on your second level. You will also see members beneath you as you progress through the system. So this member is not applicable. It will change as you move through the system. And in a nutshell, that is your back office. So very important, familiarize yourself with your back office, get to know your back office, play around with your back office, and don't be afraid. If there's a question about your back office and you don't know what to do, where to go, we've got support. Dr. Clinton Adams, amazing man. He is spearheading our support. The only reason you've been hearing my voice and DMing me personally is because I'm sort of the connection between the development team and the support. So I'll be taking a step back the moment the platform is live, but I'll still be assisting Dr. Clinton and the development team in the back. So again, just take note, Dr. Clinton Adams, he is our support, and he's got a few people that's taking hands with him, that is assisting him in the back office. If you don't hear or see or get quick feedback, just hang in there. As I've explained, starting out, we are running on fumes currently, or let us say we are running on a lot of caffeine currently, which is carrying us. I hope the platform is making a bit more sense to you and that you are feeling a bit more comfortable with your back office. It is now my privilege and my honor to introduce to you Tim Wagner. As Tim has said, I've known him for about a year or so. Apologies, I just clicked on the wrong thing. And Tim is an exceptional and phenomenal coach and trainer. He knows what he's doing. He has been assisting us with crypto. Very good. He explains it very well. Please, if you've got challenges with crypto, if you don't know how to make payments, go to our gifting platform. We've got pinned videos on Binance. Go have a look. See where your struggle is, because part of this journey is to help you to get to a point where you become empowered, so that if someone that you've brought in is asking a question and you've got the answer, oh man, you're going to feel so chuffed up if you can assist them. So Tim, I am handing over to you. You can run.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Corinne. Thanks for the updates. Thanks for the news. I'm going to come back to some questions quickly that I know people have got for you in a moment. But while you were talking about the Telegram group, I thought, let me go on. Can you just confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. So this is the Telegram group. The link is in the chats, and I have just opened up the chat box, the chats as well. But when you go onto here, you'll see right at the top, it says pinned messages. Now, if you click on that, you're going to see the most recent important information. So yesterday I was asked about how do you move cryptocurrencies? So I put a quick video on here. And if you click it again, it'll take you to how do you set up Binance on your cell phone. If you click it again, you'll come to the previous recordings. Now, if you want to see a full list, just go to the top where it says IRP Gifting, click on it, and you can see a full list of everything that was put on the channel. So you don't need to go through and sift through all the chats. So on here, you'll see the training, and right when you go down, you'll see copies of the previous meetings that were held if you haven't listened to them. And here you've got all the cryptocurrency trading training, which we've done, which we've put on here. All you do is click on it, and it'll take you through that so you can watch it. If you're still unsure, once you've watched it, because especially if you've never done it before, get back to the person who invited you. Perhaps they've got a little bit more knowledge. If not, then reach out, but go through the process yourself first. And as a backup, this is what I do. I go onto YouTube and I just type in, how do I send currencies? And I watch videos. So we need to be responsible for our own rescue as well. Whoops, sorry, I wasn't meant to do that. Let me just get out of there and go back to, I've lost us. There we go. Stop sharing. There we go. Am I back? Okay. So thank you very much. Dr. Karin, one of the questions that comes up before I go talk about cryptocurrencies, and thank you to Daniel Rousseau for putting the comment in there. He's registered, but he can't do anything on the platform. Well, that's because it's not live. Am I correct?
100%. 100%. We are currently updating the system. We are resyncing the data. We are making sure and double checking that people's information is on the system, especially those who said they've gifted, but the gifter has changed or the information is gone. We are working on it, and we've got your details. Please just bear with us. As I've explained, it's two different teams that's working together now to sort this out. The one is the database, the database team, the data structure team, and the other one is the back office and also the servers. So 3 teams working together. It's taking a little bit of time, but we just want to give you the best. So that's why we are checking and rechecking and rechecking. So that's why currently it's offline. You won't be able to log in. If you have gifted, please hold your information. Keep it. Keep the screenshots. And if you are wanting to gift, please just hold on. We will post the moment we are live. We will resume gifting. And for those of you who are worried about the hour bracket, the hour will kick in the moment the system goes live. So just hang in there. Give us a little bit of time. We will be in contact with you. I am chatting to the dev team all the time. So you will know the moment we go live.
Fantastic. No, thank you very much. So keep tabs on the Telegram channel, I think, is the key one. Another question, which is a very valid one, and I've also got it, is up until now, we've not been able to see the contact details, email or cell phone number of the person we need to gift. Is that still in development, or will that be coming live?
That will be part of the coming live. It was a glitch, part of the glitch. So it will definitely be part of the live.
Fantastic. So thank you for Ningi for that. Savannah, is it possible to change gifting details later? For example, my wallet address. The answer to that is yes. You can change it under your profile settings. Would that be correct, Karin?
100%. You can log in and change your details. Please just make sure that when you change it, it's still apologies. It is still valid, as people might be gifting to the old address. So when you change it, please just double check on the old address as well. Give it a little bit of an overlay of about 10 hours. But the moment you change it, it's live, and people who will have to gift you after that will get the correct information. Just keep an eye on the old address.
Great stuff. if you're posting a error like Leon that you gifted, but the information disappeared, or if it's changed, anything like that, don't post it on the comments here because there's no one on support going to be supporting on here. That type of question goes on to the support Telegram group. So if you've got an issue and you've seen that, hang on, what I first did and it isn't there, that's what Corinne is talking about repairing. Put that question with your ID and all the information you can on the Telegram group, then it'll get attended to. So I'm not going to respond to those here. Something else I saw, wow, to gift, but there was no token for the recipient. Please make sure that if you are sending a gift, that you take a screenshot of that transaction so it can be tracked. And with the system being down now, there shouldn't be anybody who's sending or receiving gifts until it goes live anyway. On the banking details, the first line shows Bitcoin, but then Litecoin highlighted. Thanks, Bucks. Yes, I think that's under the developers. That's one of those minor glitches that they will be changing, where you put in your Bitcoin address. It says there Litecoin. So don't get confused by that. Put in the Bitcoin address and the Litecoin address under the correct one. So thanks, Krista, for the hard work. Great stuff. So you can put questions there if you do have. That's why we've opened up the chat. But now we've got an understanding where the developers are going and where we're going on that. I've seen a need and have been requested to go through some cryptocurrency points. Just to highlight a few things, I'm going to still be focusing on Binance, as I believe that majority of people have got access to Binance, and I'm going to show you one key reason why I promote Binance. Let's have a look. Should we answer these questions still, which are covering here? How many people have joined? I think at the moment that's irrelevant, as it's not been open live, not been open, and it's been closed for mostly. I think it's great that there have been enough people to test the system without having thousands joining, because that's just going to take even longer to fix. So right now, I think there's enough people which have been testing it. They've identified some stress issues and some things to tweak and refine. So the numbers are going to matter only later on. If you're not receiving gifts yet, hang in there. I've seen comments, and I know it's going to work because I've seen people have already received. On multiple accounts allowed? Excellent question. If yes, can one email? So, value for less, MME. My personal take is greed kills. Why do I say that? Well, the system creates for you 117 additional profiles as you move through. So how many accounts do you actually want? How many do you need? If you've got to now manage all of these, be very aware. It is not recommended. In fact, maximum of 2 would be recommended. Me, I've got one for my wife. Why not? But for me to have multiple accounts, no, it's not necessary. And it's going to be very difficult to manage. So that would be the response on that. Can you use the same email address? Yes, I believe you can. However, note that may change over time, as there is recommended restrictions for maximum 2. And on that note, I would also not recommend managing other people's profiles for them. It's going to be very laborious and difficult as you start moving through the different levels. Now, imagine you've now got to start sending 81 different gifts of $8 or $16 as you go through different levels, and you're managing various profiles. No, educate and help people learn how to be in charge of their own rescue. I've seen the users, which is wait for the platform to come up. Who do I contact to do with support detail? There's a Telegram channel. Dr. Corinne, perhaps you can the support Telegram channel, just drop that link in the chat box for people who do have concerns. That'll be great. We've received Friday 2 emails from 2 IRP numbers. Do we need to use the second one or the newest? When the system comes live, just double check. Otherwise, if you've got a question, put it in the Telegram questions or the Telegram support, and they'll have a look to make sure you got the right one. Support link is going to come live on there. All right, great. Let's go on to some crypto stuff. So I'm going to go over to my, I've got 2 profiles on Binance. I want to show you a couple of things of what we can do there. Corinne, is there anything else while I'm changing my screen here?
I think you've handled or covered most of it. I will post on the chat now a link to the Power Gifting support channel. And then I'll also drop in the email address also for support.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Okay. So you can see my screen again. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I think is very important is for everybody to realize the need to learn some new skills. There's many people who I've seen are asking very basic crypto questions without having, which is evident to me that they haven't been through the training videos and are asking questions for somebody else to just take charge and run it for themselves. As the system grows and you have more and more people coming and you introduce it to people because you see the power of it, you're now receiving gifts, you think, wow, this is real, it is live, it works, you're going to share it with them. One of the most important aspects would be is that you know where to get the information from to teach the other people where to get the information from. So I understand cryptocurrencies. I've been around. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2016 for $868. I've still got proof of it. I don't have the Bitcoin anymore, but I've been around long enough and have coached and helped many people to understand the basics. But for me to sit and coach one-on-one, it's laboriously tedious. It's the same questions over and over. So the way that I would do it is I create a video and put the video out. Then you can go on the video, see how to do it, and then go and do it. When you have other people who are going to join and they say, how do I do the cryptocurrencies? Because you've seen the video, you're going to then say, well, I learned by watching this video. And that's purely what you do. That's how you understand and learn what you do, is by going in and actually doing it yourself. So what I'm going to take you through is just a few pointers, as some people are asking some very relevant questions. They're all relevant questions, but they're pretty much similar ones. So on the screen over here is once you log into Binance, and if you're using a different platform, like I know South Africa, quite a few are using Altcoin Trader or Valor, or you're using different ones, you're welcome to use whatever crypto exchange that you want to do. The basis is there's similarities within all of them with regards to deposits and withdrawing or sending cryptocurrencies. So I'm just using this as a basic example. And during what I'm going to share with you now, you'll see also one big reason why I encourage using Binance as opposed to other sites, because of the fees and the minimums. Let me show you that. So you now need to gift somebody. You've registered, you've joined, you've gone through the process Dr. Corinne just shared with you. You've now seen, I need to gift this person. And they've got in a Bitcoin address, a USDT, US Litecoin addresses, and you now need to send it. So you're going to go over to your account. I'm going to just switch screens. There we go. And you're going to then click on withdraw. You've already set up. I'm not going to show you how to do that now. You've already put on here your cryptocurrencies. And that training videos are there for you to have a look at how you set it up and how you deposit your cryptos. So once you've got it, you can see here, I do have cryptocurrencies. I'm going to focus on USDT, US dollar tether, which is 1-for-1. So where it says 28.12, that's equivalent to $28.12. I'm going to need to send the cryptocurrencies to somebody. So you then withdraw it from your platform. You then come up with this screen. Bitcoin is automatically highlighted first, but I'm going to be sending USDT, not Bitcoin. What is the difference? Well, the Bitcoin price fluctuates, as does Litecoin. Yes, you can request to have a Bitcoin and Litecoin if you so want, because also you want to make it as easy as possible for people to gift you. That's where Corinne said a minimum of 3 different gifting options is recommended. Me, I filled it all up. FNB bank account for South Africa to gift the $8 simplistically in South Africa, which is what I've already done. I've sent my $8 in rands. But internationally, you're not going to do that. So cryptocurrencies comes in. I've put in Litecoin and everything apart from the Google and Wise, which personally, I'm not going to do, but some countries, maybe that would be what they would like to receive it in. But make it easy for somebody to send you it, send you the gift. Why would you not? So I'm going to focus on US dollars. I'm going to click down here. I'm going to scroll down to USDT. Now, the live system's not live, so I'm going to just show you based upon 2 different Binance accounts, the different addresses. So I'm going to be sending from this one platform over to another USDT. So I'm going to go over here and, oops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. There we go, deposit, to pick that address. So I'm now taking my USDT address. Which network? Now you've seen on the system on IRP Gifting that there's BSC and Tron, TRX, TRC20, and BNB or BEP20. Now, use both of them. Some exchanges and platforms have only Tron. Some have both. Some do only BNB. It's just a different network that the system uses to send the cryptocurrency. That's why it's done there twice. But make sure that you could enter the correct address. So this one example I'm going to use is BEP20. So that is then going to give the address, which is what you're going to copy and paste onto your gifting platform. So let's just say I've got that address from there, from the gifting platform. That's the BNB, the BEP20 USDT. So now I need to send that. I'm going to paste that address in here. I'm going to then identify which network it is for. So this is the BEP20. Now, you'll notice here that it picks up automatically that is not a Tron or a TRX address. So you can't click on it. But I can do the other ones. I'm not going to send it Ethereum. I'm going to do it BEP, which is exactly what the address is. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And there it is. Now, here's a big advantage. Ignore this green thing. I'm going to come back to that just now. Here's the, let's say, challenge. We're sending $8. When you type here, I want to send $8, you'll notice here that there's a fee. The USDT network fee is 29 cents. Now, this varies based upon how many transactions there are going through the blockchain, or the transactions going through the Binance network at the time. So yesterday, in fact, it was 80 cents was the fee when I was doing this. Now it's only 29 cents. However, there's a minimum of $10 required. So you can't send anything less than 10, which means the gift is that I'm sending is not going to be 8. It's actually going to be $10. The person receiving is going to get $9.70. On a bigger scheme of things, not a major issue, as I'm interested in the bigger numbers and the bigger moving through the different levels. However, if this is a concern to you, you'll notice here that this address has been identified as somebody who set up Binance to Binance. In other words, a Binance user. So again, go on to the training, which is pinned on the Telegram group to understand this. Why is this such a critical one? Well, you can actually set up your Binance platform to receive using an email address. So there you go. So I can actually, instead of sending it through the crypto network, I'm going to be sending it Binance to Binance. And this is using an email address, which is one key question why it's important on IRP Gifting that you can see the email address. If you see that when you've typed in that wallet address, okay, so if I go put back in that address over here, you'll notice the system, Binance, says, we noticed that it's been set up. You can actually send it for 0 fees. Would you want to do that? Why not? Yes, here's why. If I then take that email address, so Binance told me the person is set up that you could do Binance to Binance. I can then send $8, doesn't have to be 10. I can put in my reference details, so my name, for example. I'll send it. There's $8 is going to be sent, and it's going to have 0 fees. You see the big advantage with using Binance to Binance user. If you're not sure how to set that up, go look at the training. There is a video. You can even go onto YouTube. There's multiple ways that you can actually check this out. It makes it phenomenally simple and even cheaper to do. Okay. However, if you have seen that the person doesn't have set this up, well, that's fine. You're just going to need to then send, yes, I'm sure, you're going to need to then send $10. Once you then put in your $10, you've checked that, you go on to withdraw. The network you selected is the BNB Smart Chain. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. You want to double check this. Confirm the transaction, and then it's going to take you through the security. I've got two-factor authentication and my cell phone number here as well, which I'm going to click on, which I'm going to put in the information. So I'm going to click on get the code. That's sent on to me in SMS. I'll type in that code, and then I type in more authentication, which is my second factor I've set up. Again, there's training videos about that. Right, I'm not going to send it. I don't want to send it because over. But that's simplistically how you do it. Now, let's have a look about sending Bitcoin, for example. Perhaps the person says, no, I want to receive it in Bitcoin. Great. At the top here, it's none of these ones. Well, I can't find Bitcoin, so let's do BTC. Oops, something's wrong. That's why, because I've got that typed in. Hold on for a second. Let me just get rid of this. There we go. Bitcoin. Same process applies for sending Bitcoin, but let me go over to my other profile to get a Bitcoin address. It says select the network. It is the Bitcoin address. Get the address. Copy it. So that's going to be my Bitcoin address. When I paste that in over here, all right, it says there that because it's my wife's one account and then my other one, but I'm just going to ignore the green box for the moment, Binance to Binance, as I want to show you something down here. So I'm now going to be sending $8 gift over to my wife. If I then put here $8, you notice first of all that that's not enough. Okay, so the other thing is it's not in dollars, it's in Bitcoin. So I'm going to have to then work out it's 0.0000, but I don't have any Bitcoin, so I can't send it anyway. Bitcoin. So it just becomes a little bit more difficult. And again, well, I don't have any Bitcoin on here, so I can't show you. The transaction fees are going to be more expensive. Okay, that's the first thing. And also then the minimums. So if you're saying I have to send Bitcoin, how do I work out how much Bitcoin to send? Well, that's a whole other training video, which is why I recommend, unless you know cryptocurrencies, use USDT. You can either use the Tron network or you can use the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain network. So I think that was just the main questions I was having. There are training videos on this. They're pinned on the Telegram group. And if you want a little bit more information, go to YouTube. That's my go-to guy. Is I go onto YouTube and I type in, how do I send the cryptocurrencies, and watch some videos. But this is part of learning and understanding. Okay. I'm going to try and find back onto the call for today. Where are we? Google Meet. There we go. There we go. Okay. So are there any questions on the cryptocurrency side of things that anybody's got that want a bit more clarity on?
I've got a question from value for less, and they're asking, is the minimum on Binance $10? As you've seen, Tim has just explained, $8 if you have Binance to Binance, but the standard $10 if it's on a normal network. Arnold, can the training please be sent out to all international databases? Arnold, this is very specific for the gifting group. Everyone that's part of the gifting platform, this is our gift, our seed that we are sowing to you. So we are going to upload it onto YouTube. You can find it there if you want to share it then. But for everyone that's on our gifting Telegram group, It's already available. Will most probably, well, not most probably, I will definitely only get to uploads within a week or two, as my schedule is a bit crazy. Gift and other join links on Telegram groups, please.
So I think that's that's the two Telegram groups which are there. The one which is the gifting one to keep updated with all the communications, and then the support one. So they have been pinned further. They are on the chat box further up. You can take them from there.
If you joined a bit late, I will just paste them again at the bottom. Krista asked on Binance, which network to be chosen for BTC and Litecoin?
I've just shown you.
Tim, you want to answer?
Yeah, I did show you that. For Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin. And I know that does give various options, but let's not complicate it for this, because many platforms, when you send Bitcoin, there isn't really a choice of networks, because it does go through the Bitcoin network. So that's what you're going to do. And then you'll see with Litecoin, when you type in a Litecoin address, you only have then the Litecoin network. So it's it's just, I'm not going to explain the detail of it now. Google it if you want to understand more. But Litecoin you send through Litecoin, Bitcoin you send through Bitcoin, USDT is where there's various different options. And the reason why that all came is when USDT first came out, it was only the Ethereum blockchain, and Ethereum blockchain is extremely expensive. So this is where the development over the years has created various options for sending it through different networks. Again, Litecoin, you're only going to be able to send through the Litecoin network, and Bitcoin through the Bitcoin network. Okay, and Valor, I explained, I showed you, yes, the minimum of 10. But let's work on the bigger perspective. I gift somebody more. Wonderful. I'm happy for them. It's $2 extra. That is, I don't see that as being an issue there. There's the Telegram groups. Thank you for posting, and the YouTube, definitely. Okay. Can I use addresses to my safety wallets, Exodus or MetaMask instead of Binance? Yes, you can. You're welcome to. Just have a look on Exodus. I think when you're sending from Exodus, you can't, it's a USDT, it's only the Tron network, TRX, but the fee for that comes from Tron. So if you're sending from Exodus, just have a careful look, because you will need to have Tron for what's called the gas fees, which is the transaction fee on Exodus in order to send USDT. So just watch that very carefully. Or MetaMask, yes, you're welcome to. You don't have to do Binance by all means. I've explained and showed why I do promote Binance. And I would personally recommend that as where you can, depending on your country, use Binance, use it. It's a lot more effective, and set it up that you can do Binance to Binance to make it quick, effective, and free. Oh, there's one person asked, which screenshot do you attach? Once you've sent the transaction, you'll get the confirmation of it come up. That's what you're going to screenshot, where it confirms the transaction sent. That's what you will then attach. The YouTube channel, well, the link was posted above, so don't worry about the name of it. It's only just been set up by Dr. Corinne, so it hasn't been fully set up, but at least it just gives you access to the most recent recordings.
The
Bitcoin sometimes takes more than 24 hours to appear in your account. This might be an issue. True. Lee's very, very true. It can do, depending on the blockchain. It can take a while. So recommended, do it quicker. Do it Litecoin again, Binance to Binance. And as we go through the next few weeks, we're all going to be learning new things about what works most effectively and what doesn't. And then we'll update this as well. So we're all in a learning stage here, is what's going to be the best and most effective. What happens if you don't pick the right network? Well, Renee, what I showed you on Binance is that it won't allow you to pick a different network if the address is different. However, that's not the case on every exchange or every wallet if you're holding it in a wallet. So you do need to make sure you're doing it effectively, because there's a possibility that you can lose your cryptocurrencies. Okay? So just make sure and double check. I always double check. I like Binance. I showed you there. You've got 3 confirmations to make sure you've entered it correctly before you do send. It's also why I like Binance. They want to double check that you know what you're doing.
I see there's a comment by, I think it's Mir, that says can't copy and paste links. If you are not able to copy and paste off the platform, please make contact with the person that invited you. They will be in the system. Make contact with them so that they can assist you to get onto our channels. And then pertaining to when the system will be up and running, it's difficult to give you a specific time, as we are working on 3 different sites simultaneously. The best answer I can give you, keep your eye on the IRP Gifting channel. The moment it is available, we will post it far and wide and get it out. But yeah, unfortunately, with coding and databases and servers, I can't give an exact time.
Correct. I'm also quite happy for you not to give a time, as I'd prefer you to know that you're very comfortable with it and then say to everybody it's live. Going to be the ideal. So let's give them the patience and let's give them the time. I know we all want to have fastest fingers first to get in the line, but hang in there. Let's get it 100% so that we know it works already. We've seen it. I've sent people a gift, and I know other people have received. Well, if I've sent, then other people have received. So we know it works. Lots learned, and you've now had a chance to listen to Corinne. Thank you, Zarleen. You've got a phenomenal. Thank you very much for your very important point there. I actually forgot about this, so thanks for the reminder. If you are doing a bank account to bank account, and for example, it's from FNB to ABSA, if you're in South Africa, that you're doing local, make sure you allocate it for immediate release so that it's not sitting in the banking system for 48 hours. So yes, very important point. Thank you for that.
For those of you who've raised your hands, if at all possible, just pop a question in the sidebar. I see it's almost 11 o'clock. So, Ningi, if you can just paste your question in the chat box, then we can assist. And for all the other questions, please join our support channel. We will make contact there. We are on it. You are important to us. If you want to know anything else about the gifting platform, hop onto the gifting platform. We've got a couple of people there very equipped that can assist. And for everyone else, thank you for joining the platform. Thank you for just having patience. Renee, I see your question. Gifted level 1. When it's time for us to receive, can we go to level 2? On our presentations, go have a look there. Dr. Stefan and Dr. Francois and Tim, they've all presented the course. They've all presented in how the system works. I can't remember the amount of people, but in there they say 1, 3, 18, 27, 81, and then 118 if I am correct. But just go check out the presentation. It will tell you there the amount of people. The moment your gifts are filled on that level, you will automatically switch to your next level. So just go check out the presentation. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head.
So yeah, that would be, go watch the recording from the Thursday evening session. And if you're still not sure, then I'm going to be going through it again on Monday, 6 p.m. South African time.
So invite all the people, invite everyone. We are going to do another presentation on Monday evening at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, get ready. There's massive things coming. We are excited. And this whole platform is for each of us to break free, to become financially free, and to step into the abundance. And once again, I just want to commend you for your patience with us. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for allowing us to fix it, to sort it out. And once we've gone through this teething phase, I am expecting big things. I've been having communication with a lot of leaders. They're saying, I've got people lined up. So we are happy, we are excited, and we are stoked to see for what is about to come. I see it is 11 o'clock. Tim, do you want to wrap up for us?
Yeah, thank you very much, Karen. Thank you so much. I know you're flying high on caffeine. I know also your abilities, as having seen you involved in the launch of other platforms as well. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing on behalf of everybody on the call. And thanks everybody as well. So let's just keep our people lined up, chat to the guys. We've seen it works. We know it does. I know it does. The potential is huge. It's all up to us. What do we need is we need people. So over this weekend, I'm going to be just continuing to chat to the guys that I've been speaking to who haven't joined as yet and saying, let's do this. Let's keep an eye, make sure they're on the Telegram group. We've got a very strong support team. As I've said, they're all volunteers. So it's phenomenal to know that there's people willing to just serve and give up so much of their time for no gain of their own, as they're all sitting in exactly the same position as the rest of us, waiting to get cracking, waiting to gift, waiting to receive, and we can all benefit hugely in the month of December to having the end of the year end on a massive high note so that we can get a beautiful head start into 2023 with a lot of encouragement, excitement, hope, clarity in where we're going, solving a lot of our financial issues that we're all sitting with, and then just sharing the news and helping everybody else. So, ladies and gents, thanks for your time on this morning. We will be here 6 p.m. on Monday, South Africa time. Then Wednesday again. This is where you're going to invite new people to understand what's going on. Let's get this moving. Saturdays, I'm committing time to everybody that I will be here with Corinne, with Dr. Francois. Unfortunately, he's completely without power, which is why he apologizes for not being here today. In his area, not only, I think they're working on the power grid, so he's out completely. But we're going to be here on Saturday again. Every Saturday, I want to be here to go through some Q&A, some back office training, and then also some crypto training every week for the people who got some questions on live, at least for the next couple of weekends, so that we can really help and support the community and help those who don't understand cryptos just build up some confidence. And you'll realize, actually, you know what? It's not that difficult once you're cracking. And then as soon as you get that first gift of $8, man, you're going to get excited. So have a phenomenal weekend. Once again, thanks a lot for Dr. Corinne for being here, sharing. And I know you're going to be on that support channel. So guys, let's make sure you try and get the answers yourself. And if you're still struggling, there's a team there to help us make sure we move forward. Thank you very much. Have a great